Hi, and welcome to Transform Stress to Self-Care with Kathleen Robb, the podcast for jumping in imperfectly to a happier, simpler life. I'm your hostess, Kath, writer, speaker, and personal transformation mentor for heart-centered women. Thanks for joining me. Hi, I'm Kath from KathleenRobb.com. And welcome to episode 2 of Transform Stress to Self-Care and day 1 of our Jumpstart Your Happiness 5-day challenge. I'm super excited to get started on this because this is a process that has changed everything for me in how I live my life and stay aligned with my values and my life vision. Now, have you ever noticed that at the end of every single year, people on social media putting lots of posts such as, "Oh, I'm so over this year, I can't wait for it to be done, next year will be better." And it's a really passive, wishful thinking type of situation where people are hoping that things will get better, but they're not really doing anything to make sure that it is. And they write off the previous year as though there's nothing to be gained from it. That's a year of your life, so don't write off a year of your life. Instead, it's really great to begin a process of mindful reflection at the end of each year or the beginning of a new one. Or I like to do it actually each quarter now because it keeps me more on track for the year. But to have a mindful reflection practice where you can really look at all the blessings of that year and the lessons that you learnt and take those with you and leave the rest behind. And it keeps you more on track for success in the next year. So it's not a dwelling on the past process, but it's a real proactive growth process that actually gets you more aligned for where you want to be and set up for success. I also like to do a smaller version of this on a daily basis because that really keeps me aligned with what I want in my life and keeps me on track for a happy, simple life that I want. Now, I'd love to share my process with you, and I hope that you gain some ideas for your own process. You don't have to do all the questions that I ask myself, but pick and choose what will really shift the needle for you and where you'd like to make sure that you stay on track as well. So let's begin with the annual quarterly mindful reflection process. Think to yourself, what are the behaviors, actions, and beliefs that have been aligned with and supportive of my vision? And you might want to jot down some ideas or just reflect it. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Next, which are the behaviors, beliefs, and habits that have not supported my vision? Maybe even sabotaged it. What were the highlights of the last year or the last quarter? This is a really important one because we often tend to write off things, as I said, but not take time to celebrate all the wins that we had. So that'll make you feel better about the past as well. If you remember, there were some good things, there were some highlights. And next, what needs healing or forgiveness? Bring some mindful compassion to this and see where you need maybe a bit of extra work or support. The next question is, what were my biggest lessons of the last quarter? And what do I need to let go of to allow my vision? Then we ask, what am I most grateful for from the last year or quarter? And what am I most proud of? So allow yourself some reflection time. And the journal notes for this will be in the show notes and also in the Facebook community. So then there's a daily practice as well that I like to go through. And this is more just looking at each day very quickly and touching base with myself, having a bit of a mindful time at the end of the day, just for a few minutes. I have a short attention span, so I give myself a few minutes for this. Excuse my dogs wandering around in the background. They were peacefully sleeping when I started recording. So for my daily mindful reflection, I first check in with myself: how much sleep, how many steps, and how much water have I had? So this is basic self-care. You might like to add how many veggies have I eaten or other things for your self-care, but just really being mindful of how I'm looking after my health. Next, how was I aligned with my values today? How was my productivity and my focus? This is a great one if you've got a project that you'd love to work on, or you have your own business like myself, or that kind of thing. What do I observe in my thoughts today? So this is good if, like me, you can tend to spiral or allow negative thoughts to run the show. Just being a bit mindful of your thinking. And what do I observe in my emotions and my intuition today? So how am I dealing with emotions? What's coming up? Do I have any intuitive hunches I need to follow? How is my relationship with food today? I'm on a weight loss journey for my health at the moment. Nothing drastic, just being mindful about eating. And this is a big part of my daily practice, is just checking in. Did I eat something for an emotional reason, or because I was bored, or because it was just there and it was no good for me? Did I actually enjoy it? Did I feel bad afterwards, in terms of feel a bit off, which I do after sugar? So just having a bit of mindfulness about what I'm eating and how it's making me feel, which will hopefully lead to ongoing better choices. And related, how was I connected to my body today? How was my connection to others today? How is my connection to spirit, or that inner part of myself, my higher self? And what am I grateful for today? And this is a beautiful practice to wind down before bed and let go of some of the day, and keep that what you're grateful for. I love just reflecting on that gratitude practice as I go to sleep. It's a beautiful way for a restful night's sleep. And you might like to take some of these questions and not others. So I hope you enjoy this practice. Make it your own. Do what works for you. And I would love to hear what one question, whether it's from the annual /quarterly or whether it's from the daily mindful reflection, what one question you're going to be adding to your reflection practice. And you can let me know. I have a beautiful women's Facebook community called Sisters with Heart. Please look us up on Facebook, come and join us, and let us know what is the one mindful reflection question you'll be adding to your practice. And I look forward to seeing you there. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review on iTunes and make sure you subscribe. And until next time, take the best of care, because you deserve a peaceful mind, a happy heart, and a life you love. Bye.